I'm gonna take that. Okay, good. All right, make sure I'm live. You fine gentlemen, let me know when you guys are live.
Check.
Okay, it's saying I'm live,
Says live.
but I don't believe it.
Yep.
Oh, it says I'm live. Let's make this
I'm live.
Mayonnaise and
public
pickles. We
save.
have pickles. If not, then
I don't know why mine always goes private.
you're right. Dumb question.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, and 1.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for Wednesday night's live Days of Our Audio on episode number 68. Tonight's going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to bore you with one of my sophisticated readings like I usually do, but we're all going to think, and we're going to take the time out to share this to all your friends, all your aunts, all your uncles, your baby's mamas, your mama's baby's mamas. Let's get this out there.
I'm sorry, but I gotta ask. Your mama's baby's mama?
Well, Robert, falling in love wasn't all that great. There was always that certain kind of risk to take, like hanging out tough, just you and the crew, when there was time to be spent with you know who. Talking on the phone with the one you love, sticking real close like a hanging glove, devoting your time to the one you want, and she's always winning, and Robert won't front. Living like you wanted to be all alone, with your mind in the trance of the twilight zone. Love
I
is
wanna-
debt, and
I want
there's
to
no
chime in
doubt.
here. I need to chime in here. Can you do a little bit more explaining about how one gets into that situation?
Easily. Sundown was a brand I liked a lot. Sweet young thing. The stuff was hot. They said they wanted me to be their guy, so I took that chance, and I'm giving it a try. I bought everything like there was nothing to it, but Shelby kept saying, "Yo, Blaine, don't do it." See, and I was so blind, I couldn't see that there was a whole future in front of me until tonight, with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left of episode 68 of Days of Our Audio on libertybayshop.com live. Everybody, right now, please go share this out. It is going to be an entertaining night. We have a special guest in the house who I'm going to announce momentarily while you share this out to your baby's mamas, mama's babies, cousins, nephews, nieces. There was only one place where I could go where the price was right. It was always popular with the girls and the guys because for all of my money, it's the best buy. $10, 2 hours was the time of the stay. It was more than enough. Time to play. See, each room had a bed and also a sink, so you could wash your at the top of the. But be careful of the things that you use because you could get arrested for abuse. But enough of that. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Days of Our Audio, episode number 68, libertybayshop.com live, Wednesday night. Tonight, we have a special guest. Mr. Jonathan Price himself will be making a cameo appearance later on in the show. But let's talk about the TikTok sensation who's sweeping the nation and there's no imitation. You know who that is? Tyler, the basshead mechanic. More. And then we have Robert, the TCP elite captain, You know, the guy whose wife is louder than him. Of traumatic sounds. And then we have the loud one. Mr. Caden. Ex-Boomin' Petrie. Then we have the guy who wears fake hair, who just don't care, whose thoughts are way out there. Mini Trucker 88, noise complaint Blaine. But tonight, introducing Mr. Jace Fennell.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to another This Week in Audio, episode number 68, I believe. And we are proud. Yeah, not to be confused with 69, which that has got to be a monumental episode, guys. Like, next week is going to be huge. Huge. No pun intended there. No pun intended. But this is a Days of Our Tariffs episode, all right? We are going to be joined by the one and only Jonathan Price here in a few to discuss the current situation in car audio, and we want to get a business owner's perspective who kind of sees a lot from a lot of different angles. So I'm super excited to have him on here in a little bit. In the meantime, we'll start with Tyler. What you getting into this week, buddy?
Living the dream, man. Just trying to get loud, trying to avoid these tariffs, you know.
Yeah, you know, I would agree with you on that one. Actually, I wish you would have bought your subwoofers. Whoa, hold up.
These guys. Is it me?
It's you.
Oh, it is so you, fam.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, guys.
This is a prime example why you buy
Okay, Josh,
early, because now he can't buy a mic because, you know, of tariff prices. They're too expensive. All right. Well, anyways, Tyler, what I was going to tell you is, you know, you should buy all your equipment before the tariff prices hit. That's all I was going to say. All right.
Which is when again, exactly?
It already happened like 3 weeks ago, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you're already screwed, dog.
Oops.
Yeah, it happens. All right. Roberto, what do you got going on this week? I know that you got a lot going on, but I want to hear it from the man himself. What do you got going on this week?
We got a lot going on this week. So currently I have my wife's build out in the garage with 2-part 16-pound foam curing in the hood cowl or the windshield wiper cowl. I'm doing it because this weekend I'm making a trip.
All right, let's talk about that trip here in a little bit. I've got a great segue into that, and we're going to get into that real quick.
Okay.
Blainster.
So a lot of audio work this week.
A lot of audio work this week. Yeah. Blainster, what are you getting into?
Not trouble, man. Trouble's expensive. Just hanging out, you know, just me and the crew, you know, and there was time to be spent with you know who.
D made sure to comment on our YouTube channel, squirrel with the nuts emoji. I have a feeling that she's talking about our boy Blaine there, but you know.
I think that's Ephraim.
On YouTube?
No, I'm saying I think that's who that's targeted
No,
for.
he has a different name.
Oh, I thought that was going to Blaine. Shelby's in the chat. Shelby.
On staycation.
I love it. I love it. All right, LD.
What's up?
What you got going on this week, bud?
Dude, a lot. Busy week.
Tell me about it.
Tomorrow got a little business thing going on, and then Friday we have a off day. Saturday is prom, but you know we're taking the bill there because you know why not just show out. And then Saturday or Sunday we're making a trip.
So Caden has confirmed that he is going to play Not Like Us when he walks into prom, and he's going to do a little dance associated with that song.
Jay said it comes with a really, really big pay raise, so expect me to be balling out this season.
He said he was going to do it, so we're going to hold it to him. Red carpet and all. I'm going to roll it out for him, and he's going to be doing it. All right, I'm holding him to a higher standard. Guys, listen, we have 31 viewers right now. I absolutely love you guys so much. If you could do me a huge favor, hit that share button and tag some base heads into here, okay? We got a lot of stuff to get into. We've got Jonathan coming on here in a bit to discuss the current state of car audio from his perspective and how tariffs are going to affect our industry. I think it's going to be a really great topic. I've got a lot of people emailing us, hey, when are you going to have price increasing and stuff like that? So I think we're going to be able to answer a lot of pressing questions and really how this is going to affect us, and maybe some ways and thoughts for you guys to navigate this situation. So Make sure you guys are hitting that share button. We're already up to 37 now. You guys are kicking arse right now. I love it. Thank you guys so much.
Let's go.
But I'm going to go ahead and segue into our very first segment. All right. It's kind of what we've got going on this week. It's a very exciting week for Liberty Base. But I'm going to go ahead. We'll segue in here real quick. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a busy weekend. Okay,
we got time out.
I'm time out, and
what?
That was the most obscure segue I've ever seen. Did I just watch like a sack race?
Yeah, dude.
You know, I asked our group,
brilliant,
what was the random background footage for this, and somebody told me a sack of potatoes. This is what you got, okay? That's what you got. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we've got an exciting weekend. So I'm going to start off with my perspective, okay? So we got a huge shipment coming in this week, which is exciting. All right, we got popping off here. I've got a lot of inventory coming in, so that is exciting. Secondly, all right, this is a big one. We've got import face-off this Sunday, okay, at Hebron, Ohio, aka National Trails Raceway. It is a huge show for me personally because this is the very first event I ever went to for car audio. So I've got a lot of respect for this show. We go to it every single year, and it's amazing. But what makes this really cool is we are going to be debuting the Patriot for the first time there. She's got a new look. She got a facelift inside and out. And we're going to be revealing the new sub combo inside, which is super exciting. We're going to turn it up. It's going to get rowdy. That is just icing on the cake, though, because we're going to have some guest appearances at this show. Okay? Yeah, we got some guest appearances coming to this show. Okay? Some celebrities.
Oh, right?
God. They're a big deal in my eyes.
On OnlyFans, sure.
That guy over there.
So, all right. Rob.
Yo.
Rob, go ahead and tell me who's coming to IFL. Tell me who's coming.
So this was like a really last minute decision, but I'm going to be going up there to hang out with the boys this weekend, and I'll be towing my wife's build. Mine's still in the works right now. So my wife can't be there. So Jeannie, she's going to be there in spirit, and I'm going to have her build, and we're going to break so much stuff on that build this weekend.
Let's go.
I can hear her downstairs.
Hey, I heard a rumor that you were going to gut the build.
Well, I mean, technically we are. Actually, after this podcast is over, I'm going out to the garage to pour a little bit more of that 16-pound foam, and then I'm going to start snatching these JP23s out.
No
because kidding. Saturday before, of course, dude, come on, Tyler. The day before the big show, we got to rip all this stuff out and do something.
Dude.
Saturday, the build's getting 4 JP93s.
Sheesh.
And that's just for now. Before TCP show in September, it should have 6 of them. But that's what we got going on Saturday. We're gonna hang out with Liberty Base crew. We're gonna send Caden off to prom. Gonna root for him.
I'll be back. Trust me, I'll be back. 30 minutes there, and
dude,
I'm coming back with the
I won't
boys.
judge you.
Dude, we've already talked about this. That guy is not staying at prom for more than 20 minutes, and he's coming hanging with the boys.
We got some heavy hitters in the chat. We got Josh, Jason DeClue, Mike J.
Man, it's a
We
party.
have Cash. Cash is in here too.
Let's go.
Mike J in
Hey,
here.
DeClue, Ohio's not that far from you, is it? I'm driving like 12 hours to get there, DeClue. Why don't you make an appearance? Just come up there and hang out.
But listen, I said there were celebrities in plural, right?
Give it up. It's not my place to give that up.
So that's plural. There's 2. So Blaine, where are you gonna be at this weekend?
Yeah, I know. I know Shelby's at dinner right now, about ready to choke on her dinner. But it almost seems like I'm getting voluntold to be in Ohio almost.
Oh, so you don't want to be there?
Oh yeah, hold on, time out. Bring her back now.
Whoa.
Real
He doesn't
I'm
wanna
the only
see
one
me.
who time out around here.
No,
We just
I'm
keep it
the-
going. Keep it going.
No, so tell me where you gonna be at this weekend?
Yes, Mike.
Blaine, where you gonna
Wow,
be
you're
at this
gonna make me
weekend?
do this in front of everybody, aren't you?
Everybody,
In front of
tell me,
everybody.
where you gonna be at this weekend?
Hey, lock it in, Blaine. Lock it in.
Lock it in. Where
Yo,
you gonna
Shelly,
be
you
at?
Come on, Blaine.
I did not know they were gonna do. Are you in the chat?
Shelby's
Probably.
definitely here for sure.
I know she is because she AO'd us or whatever it is.
She literally just sent a
It
message in the
sounds
chat
like-
and
you know
says,
what?
"Can't wait to see everyone."
It sounds like I'm gonna be at UFOs.
At you,
UFO.
Mike
Yeah.
J, it's funny
Isn't
you
that
say
what it
that
is?
because initially I planned on going to Triple Fest on Saturday because that's only about a 5.5 hour drive. And then I thought I should go to Triple Fest on Saturday. And then at 4 o'clock when it's over, jump in the tow pig and drive to Ohio that night. So I can go to IFO with Jason and the boys on Sunday. But then Jace, he said, you'd have more fun hanging with the boys on Saturday doing some basehead stuff here. And I was like, you know what, dude? It's pretty rare we get to hang out, being that we're so far away. So
yeah, priorities.
I want to go to Triple Fest, but I want to do this a little bit more.
To answer Mike's question up here about Made of Steel, I am 50-50 on it right now. So the wife is due on the 22nd, and listen. If I had it my way, I'd be down there no matter when the baby was going to be born. Okay, but the wife is having like a panic attack and stuff, and you know what they say, family first. But as the great Rob would have told me, if you want to be remembered, you got to do the unthinkable. So if that means leaving, if that means leaving the kids and everything else to chase the dream,
I know Mao is just
I'm
staring
kidding.
him
I'm
down.
kidding. Jiminy Christmas, or maybe I'm not. I don't know. Anyways, so we've got Rob, we've got Blaine, we got Caden, and we've got the Patriot all making an appearance at Liberty Base or at Import Faceoff this Sunday in Hebron, Ohio. So if you guys want to come check out the builds, get some demos, and hang out, that's where we're going to be. It's going to be super exciting. I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but the video I posted of the Patriot announcing that it was going to be, going to Import Faceoff this weekend and everything else, it went freaking viral, which is insane.
Jace, do you want to tease them and tell them how much you had it turned up in that video?
25 to 35% on the bass knob, and that's no exaggeration.
Full volume on the head unit, but about 35% on the bass knob.
Yes.
And are you being 1,000% honest when you say that? Because everybody says that. It was only halfway up, bro.
Scout's honor, and Caden is my backup on this one. Okay. Scout's honor. It was full volume. We were never able to do that last year. On the old subs, we were not able to go to volume 60 because if you would have breathed on that bass knob the wrong way, you were going to send the cones to Kingdom Come. So that was always nerve-wracking to me. I knew we had clean signal up to 60, but we couldn't do it. And last year we were at volume 53. So in that video, we were at volume 60, and it was about 35%. I would even be willing to say 40% just to keep you on your toes and be realistic. But
can I butt in? Why don't you just say the volume knob was on volume 4? It was on the 4th click.
I don't have
10, which would be 100%. You're confusing me.
Well, I don't have little ticks. I've got like a.
Jason, I've never had a demo of the Patriot before. So you're telling me this
Me neither, dude.
You're telling me this weekend I might get the sauce.
I'm gonna pop that cherry.
Good luck, soldier.
Don't get me
excited. I'll make sure Jason plays you the good song. I'll have a USB made.
Which one? I play one song. Damn it.
The one that goes from 47 to 50, and that's the only 2 notes it plays.
Tessa's coming.
Ew.
Yes, she is. She's coming this weekend.
Hey, don't worry.
She's hanging out.
Say ew all you want.
Congratulations! Isn't she a baddie of bass now or something like that? I think
I am.
You know, Rob.
That you are.
Rob's the captain.
Yeah, we know.
Actually.
Yeah. I'm a daddy of bass. What's up?
All right.
No, don't say that.
So yeah, I guess I'm flying out to Ohio.
He made it. Clip it.
Let's go.
I'm gonna have
going
to.
down.
I don't want to drive, man.
It's going down. It is going down. I can't. I'm listen.
Blaine, I'll buy you dinner. Since you're getting a plane ticket, I'll buy you dinner. or lunch, whichever one we do.
Sounds it.
Oh yes, get donuts, Mom. We need donuts.
Yes, Stacey
Oh,
is
those
offering to get
fluffy-
donuts. Actually,
fluffy,
boys,
airy
we're
donut.
getting Mexican food. I'm not
Yes,
even
we
joking.
are.
It's happening. We're getting Mexican food, and I'm stoked.
Not fatty of base.
Fatty.
Wow.
Dang,
Damn.
Rob.
Why are you doing them like that, Braden? Show Braden on his new Harley.
Could you imagine Rob on a Harley? Can we be just straight up here for just a second?
Yeah, dude. Come on. What do you mean? Could you
He's
imagine?
in the military, so I mean, it's kind of code of conduct, right?
Yeah, he kind of looks like a cop already, so good work.
It's that haircut that does it in.
Dude.
I just got this today. Cleaned up. Got that fuckboy fade going on.
You mean to
He
tell
could be a
me?
biker cop.
You mean to tell me that you got a haircut before an event where we need to film for like hair tricks and stuff?
Listen, okay.
He didn't have much, anyways.
I'm there to look good. All right. You're not gonna mess this up, Jace. The Patriot ain't got enough to do anything to this. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude.
Not only am I gonna rip whatever hair you've got left on your head this weekend, but now I'm gonna turn it up while you're in the hot seat, and I'm gonna make you say sorry before I turn it off. Okay? All right, that's my new deal.
But all right.
If that's what you're into,
Dude,
baby.
you better be careful. JP's gonna hop in here, be backstage, and hear some of the stuff you're saying. He's probably gonna be like, you know what? Never mind.
You know what? I'm gonna pull that distributor card, and yeah, I'm just not even gonna associate.
Just
like 10 minutes from an airport in Keene. Imagine just have JP stop in, pick me up, we fly out. It's facto wash.
You know,
drop me back off on your way back over.
Drew is making a valuable point here. I gotta get up here and catch this comment.
Rob, you better bring a few of those.
He said, if we're made of steel, he said, I can just rent the jet off of JP. I'll have a phone call with JP and be like, hey, man, what if my wife calls me and, like, she's in labor? Like, do I got like a, you know, pass go collect $200 card? You know, we hop on the plane and fly up to Ohio. Like, I need the express pass at an amusement park. Can you hook me up? I bet we can make that happen.
I just want the Gordelli chocolates that he hands out. You can keep the money.
Blaine's here for the chocolate and nothing else.
$50K and she's all yours. I'll get the Monopoly money out real quick. I got you, fam. So, okay, straight up. I'm really excited about this weekend. I really am. I'm excited to finally show the Patriot off. You know what's funny? Have you guys been able to keep up on the comments about, you know, the speculation on what we're running in the Patriot?
Yes, and there's two options. I swear there's just two options.
Okay, tell me what you're seeing, Caden.
I'll just say one. Somebody else can butt in to see if I'm correct. But the first one is Down for Sound DVXs.
Yep, I've seen that one a lot. Yep,
I've seen that one.
The next one I saw was FI.
FI, and then I've seen Sundown, and then somebody in there
Platinum
for
V2s.
sure.
Platinum V2s, we saw that one. And you
Seems
know the
like
correlation.
American base would be fitting for the Patriot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Rob.
Big brain.
You know,
Ron, you might have just pulled a Blainster.
You're just leaking all the information.
Hey, listen, don't pay attention to DeClue. DeClue's in the comments, and he's trying to get you to hurt me, Jason.
Actually, DeClue, he went to Death Bonds. I'll leak it. He went to Death Bonds.
He's running Tantrix, dude.
Hurricane Patriot.
Aren't Tantrix pretty expensive subs? I don't know much about them. Are they pretty
I
pricey?
have no clue. What's up?
Can we get a Google on that real quick? I need some information on
I think that's what I can't remember the guy's name that's got the YouTube channel. He's got the green marquee, I think, that Jakar's building. And I think that's what he's running in his.
No, those are Tesla. I'm pretty sure.
Tesla. Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. Gotcha.
Tesla. I got you. Okay.
I think that's.
All I'm going to tell you is that
Out of
what was
business.
funny is everybody was making these speculations, and they were like, well, if he runs this brand, you know, it's not going to perform, you know, the way it should, and blah, blah, blah. I didn't see those comments when we posted the demo video. I didn't see them. I didn't see, man, if he's running this sub, it's not performing. Who knows what we're running, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's louder than what it was last year.
Dude, why? I can't even find a website.
It's so expensive, they don't have a website.
Well, he
You
said
got
they're out
to know
of
somebody.
Tantrix.
Yeah,
out of
Drew
business.
said they're out of business.
Oh.
They scammed a lot of folks, apparently.
Oh, yeah?
That'll do it.
That'll get you every time.
No wonder I can't figure out.
Without giving away too much, there was a period where you were considering running 5 subs.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
There was a period.
There was a very serious moment, very hardcore, like, thinking in my head. I will confirm now there is not FI subwoofers. I'll knock one of them off of your guys' bingo cards, okay? Not FI.
It's got to be a sub that you carry. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be something that's going to help promote the business.
Or it's a sub that we don't carry yet, but it's coming soon.
Yeah, maybe a big announcement.
I don't know. You never know.
Hey, are you doing the gender reveal this weekend?
I could do the gender reveal this weekend, Rob, and I didn't even think about that.
Who's cleaning up all that?
Yeah, dude, the track's gonna hate us if we do that.
Get a trash bag at like the end of the window and
just like hold the trash
bag.
I'm
catching them.
For anybody who is just tuning in, we've got 41 viewers right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. We have got a great episode lined up here. We're just doing some fill-in time right now. We are waiting on Jonathan to hop in here. We are going to be discussing tariffs and the current state of car audio and how you guys can navigate the audio scene without being taken for a lot of money right now. We're trying to make this as smooth as possible for you guys. So a lot of good information coming up, and that'll be starting up here shortly. Right now, we're talking about upcoming shows.
What about instead of like you doing a hair trick, you just do like the things that explode and then shoot up the color? Just because it's
so lame. It is so
lame. There's no mess to clean up.
Hey, Dan, you're thinking of a wrong pride for Jace. But
hey, fam, hey. We can talk. Hey, you know what, Drew? You want in here? Do you want your 2 cents to be heard around the world? I'll bring you in.
I'm going to be all confused which one to look at.
Don't let Drew in here, dude, because
we already have.
We already have them.
They're going to be talking about how he's friends with JP and he's biased and all his tests are skewed. By the way, funny enough, I saw today on a Facebook page these JP23s, somebody using their SMD, I can't remember what is it, AM1, is that what they call it?
Mm-hmm.
They pulled a clamp, and the JP23 was doing 4,500 RMS at 1.2 ohm. That's insane. I think I sent that picture in the group chat.
All right, hold on. You know what? I'm tired of this. We're going to debunk this right now.
I'm tired of this
image. I'm going to pull up an image.
Hashtag sellout.
Tyler, your picture in the background is going to get us canceled.
What picture?
The one behind you.
What is it?
There we go.
Here we go. I'm going to pull this up for everybody.
Oh, dude.
Okay, and are you logged in?
Hold on. No, I'm not. Pull me up.
Whoa.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry, fam. Sorry.
There we go.
I'm sorry.
Not like that.
That's scary.
There we go. Look. And this cut off before I was done at the run. I don't like to leak numbers, but look at the watts. That's per amp. And that cut off, we were expecting, I think it put out 12K is what it read at the end. And that's on a burp. Don't get me wrong.
Now, what are you rising to? Right there.
Like 1 ohm, I think. 1.1, I think it was, or something like that.
What are you charging at?
15.4.
Okay.
And actually, these things pull so much current. We went, or volts, whatever. It went from 15.4 to 14.2, and we have 350 amp hours of CMAX.
But you're clipping.
No.
You gotta be clipping the piss out of it.
No, man. No. I know people can't believe it, but yes.
So listen, I need to chime in here for just a second. So I did find something out interesting from one of my amazing customers. I won't reveal their names or anything, but if you saw the drama and stuff, when Drew was out there being a sellout talking, about the 2 amp comparisons and stuff like that, I actually didn't know the individual who had made that initial post, comparing the JP amp and the Ruthless amp. What I found out later was it was a customer of mine's brother-in-law, I believe, who posted it. What's crazy is I was the one who sold him his 2 Ruthless amps. So it was like, whoa. Like, for real? And he was like, yeah, man, that was my brother-in-law. And he was using his JP amps and we're comparing them to my amplifiers. I was like, bro, I wish I would have known that. I had no idea. He called me yesterday about getting some recodes and stuff like that. And we just started talking, and he was like, hey, man, did you see that crazy stuff going on the internet? I was like, yeah. And he goes, bro, those are my Ruthless amps. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, dude, not joking. It was my brother-in-law. It was awesome. They're amazing people, though. Just crazy. You never know. You never know.
I'm currently in the market for some amps myself.
Are you really?
I am. For the new season, new build. I don't have amps yet. My wife has the JP93s going in this weekend. I'm still waiting to be swayed one way or another. I know Ben's got some 12Ks coming out. I'm pretty sure he's made it public that he's got some 12Ks coming out in a couple months. He's got his 7500s coming out. I hear Sundown's working on some cool stuff.
JP93s.
We'll see, man. I honestly can't fit a huge amp in the new build. It's gonna be very tough.
Yeah, we'll make room.
Oh, we can make room. It's just the build's got to look good too, and it's gonna look stupid with a turtle shell on top of it.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey! Hold on. Whoa, was that a shot?
No, it's not.
Is that a shot?
It would look dumb with a shell on it.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm kind of high right now on the JP73.
Whoa! Welcome.
You guys heard it here first. Jace is high. Clip that.
All right.
Yeah, clip
Get
that.
out the other part. Get out the part.
God.
No, listen, I'm serious, guys.
He's
like,
high.
I'm really high on the JP73s right now. Dude, at 4 ohms, they do 5,300 watts. Is what they're
That is
certified.
pretty nuts.
Nope, you're lying. Not valid test.
I mean,
No
I
way,
didn't do the
man.
test myself. I'm going off what the internet says, but
Yeah.
Oh,
nope.
I mean, just because it's not there, I mean, it's still up there.
oh, dude, you moved the whole room around.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my goodness!
Trying
I
to
thought
show
you guys-
out.
Man, Rob's really had an update here, man. This is awesome, guys. We've got Drew coming in here in just a second, so this will be fun. We're gonna hear what an actual sellout sounds like live on the live stream.
Yo, Ephraim, this is the most I've heard Caden.
Aaron, Connie.
Yo.
Hey, Connie, I might meet you this weekend.
Not might. Why are you saying might?
Oh, I don't know for sure if she's going to be there.
She's gonna be there.
Connie never misses an IFL.
Okay.
Connie is the greatest USAC judge that event has ever had. She is there.
So wait, is there a chance that Jeannie's build might 65 plus on Connie's meter?
Yes.
Yeah, we can ask for it.
That would be kind of cool, dude.
Connie, listen, we got Blaine. We got Rob. We're debuting the Patriot there. We've got the Scion there. Dude, it's about to be a party at Import Face-Off this year.
Where's Tyler going to be?
Tyler, I
Wow.
invited Tyler and he ditched us. He said, I can't go, man.
You guys made these plans last minute, dude.
Dude, I don't want to hear excuses.
This is why nobody's gonna remember you.
That's fact.
Man.
As in the words of Rob.
Yeah, you would take care of it on day one.
You know, I'm really disappointed in the boys. You know, I was
This guy's
really
just
hoping-
taking the easy way out, I think.
Mm.
That's all I'm
Man,
saying.
We should do
I'm making-
a crowdfunding to get Tyler to go.
I'll put
Yo,
a dollar
Dude, it's
in.
not even that. It's what. First of all, it's a long ass drive. That is.
Oh my god.
Rob, look at that. Connie says gates open at 7:30 and she'll be there at 6:30 a.m. Connie, we're going to be there at 7:25 waiting to get in.
Wait. Can we just Oh wait. We should find a way to sneak in.
I'm going to hide in the Patriot.
Ricky, RS Flats V1 or V2 to hit some lows in the trunk. Dude, I'm going to be honest with you.
V2.
I've heard both of them, and I'm impressed with both. I imagine
V2 will probably have V2 has more X Max.
Yeah.
Hey, Ricky,
Collar.
here's my honest opinion, and I've ran the V1, so is Caden. I love the V2s because they fixed every issue that I personally had with the V1s. So they're just
Yes.
an overall better subwoofer than the V1. I'm going to steer you in that direction. Or if you're on a budget and you're not looking to spend that much, because I know that
Golds.
you just had a price increase, Golds. The Golds have 15% more motor force than a Plat V1. So
And if
Well-
you really want to ball out, X's.
that's true. Okay, I just got a message. Mr. Price will
Slot?
be here in 15 minutes. 15
Slot port
minutes.
or arrow port? Depends on the
Ooh.
enclosure. Depends the enclosure.
Depends. I like the adjustability in an arrow port, but I've always been a slot port guy.
We run arrow ports, and I haven't had an issue.
Connie says be there at 6:30 and we can roll in with her. Do we get to feel like royalty?
Oh God, that's like we got to get up at like.
You realize how big of an entourage we got rolling in?
Dude, it's going to be a party.
It's kind of a big deal.
Hey, I actually am going to throw this out here right now. Connie, we need a Demo King award $20 buy-in. We need to make it happen this year. We did it 2 or 3 years ago. Let's do it again.
I wish
God. Can't wait
No
here.
holds
Hear the
barred.
complaining.
Jace. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to do that. That'd be stupid.
Oh, you want to run them?
Is there a subsonic suicide class that's going to be going, like a music class?
I'll run it right now if that's the case.
Because Jeannie's build is dirt nasty at 13 hertz.
I'll play it at 10 hertz. Let's go.
Oh, here goes.
Man, I met the legend.
This podcast is about to go viral for drama.
That's right.
Dude,
No.
We live, baby.
I don't know. Did he share it? Speaking of that, since we're starting, Caden, get a wheel, and everybody who shares it, their name gets put on it, and I'm gonna send out a any color you want mini trucker 88 shirt.
Not
What about likes? Because I can't see shares.
likes.
Just like.
How's
them,
my
but
audio? Do I sound all right?
Share it out
Sound-
too.
You sound majestic. I'm not gonna lie.
This is the first time that I've seen Drew and Timu Drew in the same place at the same time. I was really believing that there was just one Drew and we had him on the pod with us this whole time.
Trying to see what my dang the headphones are.
I'm glad that they're next to each other because the comparison.
No, Jace, can you move it actually?
Absolutely not.
Put a hat
happening.
on, Alex. Put a hat on.
It really is freaky how similar you got. Go get a hat on.
I don't have a hat.
Damn.
Close by.
Yo, geez,
Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity.
Definitely a missed
Now,
opportunity.
Drew, is JP going to come on here if he sees that you're already in here?
Yeah. I mean, maybe. But maybe he'll know what the deal is.
Dude, I'm just gonna say right now, it'll be too suspicious if you two are on here at the same time.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
just saying.
False
Too
information.
suspicious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super sus.
So
He's gonna know it's time to cut another check.
While we're waiting on
oh, we
him,
lost him.
Where'd he go?
We lost. See, look, he got hacked.
I'm just saying his final words before he left was time to cut me a check.
He got-
hey, can we
What a way to
for just
leave.
a second? Let's I guess let's gawk at how well these amps have done for us before.
What-
Hey, wait,
what?
hold on, pause. Let's
What are
go
we
ahead and
doing?
Rewind that sentence.
Let's
Let's say this in a
geek
different
gaze.
way.
Let's geek gaze about these amplifiers.
Okay.
No, seriously. I was a huge hater. I was very much so against the idea of running these amps. I didn't want my wife to have them in her build. I wanted her to run the same amps that I was running. With
Well, I
the
can't. Nothing nice.
But those amps have performed so well for her, and I've seen so many people at shows now running these amps that they're doing great for them. I know at TH, Tyler and I made a point to go around, no homo, put our hands on people's amps.
Wow.
Just to see what were they feeling like after
Did
people
you
were
ask
here for a
permission
while.
before you did that, or did you just go straight to grouping?
Nope.
Listen, you can
There's
touch
no
the
way to
great-
no homo that. There's
Heat
no way to
sink.
no homo that.
You're allowed to grope a heat sink. You just can't get near any of the filters and games, okay?
Okay.
But no, man.
I'm
most of the amps I
gonna
built
watch
were
my
just,
amps.
your typical, just warm from demoing. Nothing too crazy. And Jeannie's wired at half on, and she was demoing her ass off, and they were still running cool. Now I did have fans on them, but I will put it out there. There was a moment where I was like, "Hey, come feel your amps. They're really cold." She put her hand on one. She's like, "That is cold." Put her hand on another one. She goes, "That one's ice cold." I said, "What?" I looked at it and it was in Protect. Now look down the row of amps. There's 12 of them. Like 3 or 4 of them were in Protect. I was like, "Oh shit!" Turn it off, turn it back on. She turned it off, turn it back on. All amps came back on. Kept demoing. It's probably just a song that she played, a frequency she played or something. Might not.
Rob,
like
I'll
it.
put money on it. When you install the JP93s, there won't be another thought. I'll
Yeah.
put money on it. I'll put money on it. When you gain a dB, 1.2 dB off of
You
just
really
switching
think-
amps,
I really think it's gonna be that drastic. I mean, dude, these amps
we did it.
take a lot of power, man.
We did
You
it.
got a lot of
We turned
alternator.
on the car. We turned on the Scion and gained 1.2 dBs.
Yo, Caden's
Going from
all
steps
fired
and
up.
8Ks to JP93s.
Yeah, even though it's a downgrade in power.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not.
They were running an amp per sub, dude.
And you
Well,
gain, we gained,
but you also wired down to half ohm per amp.
but it's a 9300. You know what I mean? They put out less power, man. According to tests, I'm not a professional by any means.
Well, don't
like
go
to
be
hear-
sharing your tests and stuff unless they're
Yeah,
scientifically
you know.
proven.
Someone say Texas.
I heard,
Yeah,
I heard
see?
you from testing.
All I'm saying, Rob, is you'll get that 65 and you'll never look back.
That's what Jeannie wants, man. She wants that 65. We're there,
You
dude.
just
We're 0.3 off.
Drew, I want to talk to you. I want to know how your life has gone following the, internet meltdown from your testing scandal. Are you feeling okay? Like, have you recovered? Are you doing okay?
Yeah,
Has anybody checked on you?
I wake up terrified that they're going to find out that I rigged the testing for the vehicle that I don't own, the amps that I don't have, and well, I have one now, but yeah.
I have a different question. What is up with your build and the new sub that you've had them for a while? I know that. When are we going to see the Tahoe with the new setup in it?
You can see it right now.
Now, show me the inside.
Yeah, let's see.
I'll show you the inside. It's actually been making more progress lately, as it just with one wheel off. But so sunroof is gone.
Nice.
Dude, I never realized it had a sunroof in any of the videos I've seen of it.
Yep, it was blocked off. You couldn't see it from the inside, but it was there, being weak. So that's done. Now we got to finish bracing it and do all that. Getting some 3/16 steel plate to seal the B pillar off. So we're gonna finish that. I should be picking that up like tomorrow, maybe. And then we got to do some more finish work in here, and then putting subs in. Like even before we finish all the bracing and
so you're
before we finish like all the bracing work and stuff. What was that?
You're sticking with the fourth order?
Oh yeah, 100%.
And the reason I asked that is because when I got my SCNs, a lot of people told me, "Oh, you don't want to run in a fourth order. They're geared towards the 6, blah blah blah." But I don't know if you know Hector Rodriguez.
Talk to him often.
Dude, he's running his in a fourth order, and every time I get a demo,
Dude, nasty.
It's amazing. 4 subs doing
like
7.
Yeah, but so.
I mean, it's on a purpose. It does a 65 on music though, dude. 418s, red spider.
Yeah,
fourth order.
It's killer. But when I ordered mine, I got black spiders.
Me too.
Because I love the sound of those. So they're already more fourth order friendly than most of them.
Gotcha.
And I guess that was a year and a half ago. I haven't even opened the box on 4 of them still.
Bro, what the hell? You've had them for that long and you didn't be like, man, I just want to know what they look like. Like, let me just make sure.
I mean, I have 6, so I opened the box of 2 of them.
Okay. I thought you were about to say you didn't open up any of them. I was like, what the hell?
Right, I'm gonna try to turn this camera around. Let's see if I can kick myself out again. Nope, that didn't work. I'm not gonna try.
There's not a way to turn the camera around on phone.
Well, I didn't. The Tahoe went to the wayside for a little bit because of this.
Yeah, that is a sexy build.
It's pretty sweet.
So,
that is a sexy build.
Yeah. Now this is going to be staying here for going forward for the most part. So probably you'll be seeing it out a lot more going forward.
No kidding.
Yep.
So, are you bringing that old girl up to Liberty Bay Showdown August 9th and 10th?
No. I am probably going to bring it to the Canada show at the end of the year.
Wow. But not us. That hurts. I'm going to the Canada show anyway, so I'll get to hear it. But still.
It's a long ride.
Canada's a long ride. What are you talking about, Willis?
I know. I can only do it once.
All right. You got me there.
But you were talking about the guy who did that testing, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He only lives an hour from me. I had no idea.
Sounds fishy.
Dude,
I know. That's when I found out. It was like a week later. I was picking up something from where I buy my tires from, and he was like, "Yeah, man, that dude, he works for my father-in-law." I was like, "Where?" Brobridge. I was like, "Oh, Lord have mercy! Don't let the internet find this out."
Dude,
he's never beating the allegations.
So the guy the 10Ks in question, the guy who got those actually bought them from me, and he called me.
Yeah, I heard that.
Dude, so when he told me about it, I was like, bro, I had no idea that was you or anybody related to you. I was like, I wish I would have known that. They're great.
Yeah, that's like when I found out he lived like an hour from me. It's like, I was better off not knowing that. But I got a demo of that Jeep last week at IFO, actually.
Dude, IFO's been popping off here.
That thing's loud.
Dude, the videos I've seen have been insane. He bought 2 Ruthless 10Ks He bought 4 Platinum V2. I want to say they're 18s, but I could be wrong. They might have been 15s.
15s. I think it's 4 15s.
Yeah, 15s, and then I don't remember. He got something else. I can't remember the mid.
I tell you, I heard it last weekend, and it was.
Drew,
It was good. It was solid.
Your mic
You
is
guys are
popping
kind
real
of
bad.
like subliminally giving the dude
Who's
away.
this?
Your mic's popping real bad. I don't know what's going on. Hold on.
I shall return.
Okay. Perfect.
He has the best exits.
Jason says Drew Jones or going to Scraping the Coast. I can't speak for Drew on that, but I know I am not going to Scraping the Coast.
What about Timu Drew? Is Timu Drew going?
The Scraping the Coast? No. I heard that show was terrible.
I'll speak for Timu Drew real quick because I've been there.
Okay, tell me about it.
It's the hottest show I've ever been to. It's
When
right on the coast.
When was the last time you've been to Slam?
I know. But in my mind, I think the South is typically hotter than like northern states.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you
Dude,
right there.
Slam is a different atmosphere.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna stop you right there. There is a difference between hot and humid hot. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And we got the humid heat up here.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
We're talking about this, dude. Georgia's humidity is insane.
I wish
I don't
I
wanna
could
hear
pull up the weather from
I
last
spent
year.
3 years in Japan in Okinawa. I'm good with humidity. I would prefer to have dry heat for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm with you on that one.
But dude, Scraping the Coast was a decent show. The problem with it was more of a truck show with them yee trucks. They're all squatted and teenage boys with mullets and stuff, big rims on their trucks and mud tires that like rubber bands. The audio side of it, it was nice, but it was like the same big builds I see at every show I go to on the East Coast. I was hoping to see more people coming from like Texas and Oklahoma and kind of meeting that middle ground there in Mississippi. Is it Mississippi? Pretty sure it's Mississippi. I think it's Biloxi.
Winter
funny
shows?
enough,
No.
I think that show is actually closer to JP than any of the other shows as far as his hometown.
Really?
Yeah, because I think he's from Mississippi, right?
Yeah, I know
Yes.
that. but I don't-
Greenville.
Greenville, Mississippi. Is it really Greenville?
Greenbow, Alabama.
Is that where Forrest is from? Is it really Greenville?
Yes, you damn
Are we
right.
positive?
I'm 1,000
100.
million.
100.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Like,
If we're
I would
gonna
bet
go-
one of my kids on it.
Sheesh.
I know my Forrest Gump, dude.
That would be a great.
Didn't we
combo,
have
Ricky.
this argument before?
Yeah.
Guys, we are almost at 50 viewers. Kate,
Ricky?
go ahead.
Regardless of the debate about the amps, you can't go wrong. Those are some solid ass amps, and Ben will treat
Yep.
you right. Just everybody, just look at it for what it is.
Remain
All the back and
calm.
forth is entertainment. It's all entertainment.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
anything on this stream is just entertainment. Don't take us too serious.
No, I mean I'm just talking in general as far as the internet and how people are all
I'm
like,
just saying.
die hard. Listen, guys, I gotta do a pause. I'm sorry. Let me show you guys how awesome my wife is. She brings me homemade chocolate chip cookies midstream.
Dude.
Damn.
Where's ours?
I know Mal's watching. Where's my chocolate chip cookies at? Huh?
And because I'm watching my diet Mountain Dew.
Okay. Blaine is not enjoying that.
No. I don't know why everybody continues to drink Pepsi products.
I don't know. Blaine, I was drinking one of these earlier.
That's just as bad. What is that?
Well, it's a
A
zero
dollar
sugar
store
Dr.
root
Pepper.
beer?
Yeah. Dr. Pepper.
Efren, you can't have one. These
Now we're good.
Oh yeah, that's professional.
There we go.
Not bad. I'm gonna have to add in an extra camera
I've seen
spot
that
for when
before.
Jonathan comes in. Yeah. Better start working on that.
My wife offered me a knuckle sandwich. All right.
Have you guys ever seen those transformation pictures where it's like some really overweight white dude and it shows in just 3 months he made incredible like changes to his physique and it's like a super jacked black dude?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it. That's how I feel when they got Memphis on the other podcast now, Drew.
Damn. I mean, you're right though.
And I'm not saying that bad about Memphis. He's just jacked.
No, yeah.
Reality,
I mean,
a jacked
he's not
dude.
white, so there's that.
Dude, Memphis
I'm
Memphis
patient
is
with that.
freaking huge, dude. Like
Yeah.
huge. And in person, it's bigger. It's crazy.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Don't
Jeez.
blame me. Don't
Whoa.
be. Hey.
He's caught.
Hey.
Wow.
Hey,
Wow.
Blaine,
Hey.
timestamp. We need a timestamp for that one,
No,
Blaine.
you don't need no damn
I just
timestamp.
clicked it. Don't worry.
I hate you guys.
Segue into that.
Jeannie says you give Mallory a build and she'll make you cookies too.
You know what? That's a valid point. I can't argue that.
You won't do it.
Hey, you have the Jeep outside. Just put Tyler's 418s in it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know he's never gonna pick him up. You're actually got a point.
That's what I'm saying. Might as well put them to use.
Rob's going to be there this weekend. He can pick him up.
I could
Does that
actually
come with money too, or no?
save you the shipping.
For
do
everybody
a
who's
payment
popping into the stream here and is getting ready to watch, we are waiting on Jonathan to hop in here. We're going to talk about the current state of car audio, where we are at with tariffs. Okay, we could do that. That's okay. But we are also going to be talking about the current state of audio, where it's at, how it's going to affect you guys, and how you can start preparing for it. Right now, I'm trying
to save money.
Hey, I want to real quick just give a shout out. Drew, those the single din head unit cases that you made the single din for my wife's build, and so far it is holding up really well to 64.7, like it's nothing.
Perfect.
I'm very
Yeah,
happy.
that was I got tired of breaking dash kits, man. I only went through 20.
Jeez.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I know there's a lot of people that after I showed them that, they're like, dude, he needs to make one for XYZ vehicle. What about Explorers? Give some Explorers some love.
I have like a list, but I have to have the vehicle here for like a couple of weeks normally, just because I don't know. I probably went through like 10 different revisions of that kit to make sure it fits perfect. So, and I just need it over time. So I think next on the list is going to be 07 to 13 trucks. GM trucks. Just because I have access to that.
We got Jay Pizzle in the house.
Oh, God.
Yo.
What's going on, buddy?
Wait, somebody didn't get kicked out because I got in, did they?
Oh no, I had to do some remodeling.
Hey, bud.
What's up, bro?
Where my wife at, dude? Where she at?
She's not
Where's
at
your
my
wife
house
at?
right now. She's not at my house yet, but she will be tomorrow.
Bro,
They're
doing too much.
We had to bring the whole sellout gang in here, okay? At least according to the internet. So
your battery pack's dead.
I noticed.
No way.
Of course.
Yeah, so you got the whole sellout clan here, dude. I figured we'd make the internet dream come true.
Dude, the only way this could have been better is if my wife is actually with his wife. They're playing in the woods or something, playing in the desert. If I would have went there with her, I could have been in person right now.
Right, he could have been like right here in the house.
Why didn't you go?
He's too good.
He's just
I haven't traveled enough. I need to stay home and get some work done. So that's what
as he's on the podcast, BSing with us. He's
like,
actually, work done.
At least one of us is working.
Who's working here? Don't look like anybody's working here.
Boosker, do you want to make an appearance? Look at Boosker.
Oh, snap.
Boosker. My dog's just trying to get out of the shop.
Go on, dude. Boosker. Oh, my goodness. Thank you. All right.
Hold on, wait. We got it. Oh, you comment in there. All right. So, everybody's sitting here waiting for this amazing conversation to take place here. And a lot of people have been private messaging me. I'm sure your messages have been popping off left and right about.
He don't ever get a message. No one want to talk to him.
Nobody messages him. I don't believe it either.
Yeah.
Anyways, everybody's asking about these price increases and stuff. And so we figured we'd have a podcast talking about the current state of car audio and how tariffs are affecting, everybody. And I figured, why not bring in one of the biggest car audio companies in the game right now? I know. Now listen. If you ask certain people, they may disagree, but
he ain't shit.
That's true. But I figured who better than to bring you on and have this conversation. So I'm going to lead it off with this question here, and then everybody can chime in here. How do you feel about the current tariffs right now being charged on countries like China, Vietnam, Korea, etc.?
So my opinion on it is, I get it from both sides. Like I get it from Trump's side, what he may be trying to accomplish, and I get it from the other side. I mean, because obviously we deal with people in all these countries, China, Korea, Vietnam, like, so you establish relationships with these people. And I mean, I've been a cheerleader of, like, relationships are the real currency for today. Like, so the relationships that you have with people is, like, far more valuable than money. I mean, sometimes it can equate to money, but anyway, it's not just people that are at these factories that you don't care about, like, I mean, maybe if you just dealt with them once or twice, it's kind of whatever. But I mean, if you've been dealing with these people for years and years and years, you start like growing a relationship with them, and it's just like, it's not like you can't care about them, like, you have to think about, like, what's going on the other side as well. So it's a really hard time for them over there because of, like, what's going on. So, and trying to navigate it as a business owner and wanting to, like, help any way that you can on, of course, both sides. Like, we just can't. So there's no way that we could order something like these things that we currently have at 245% tariff and somebody be willing to buy it. Like, I mean, I feel like that's my opinion on that. So the only way that what we can, like, what we're kind of doing is, like, really just sitting on our hands, like, because you can't do a lot. Because if you start putting things in motion to, say, produce somewhere else, like, you spend money on building a factory somewhere else, whether it's in another country or here or whatever it might be, and it could be tomorrow, like, Trump is like, hey, we made up, like, we're all good. China, like, we decided to do fair trade, 0-0, no tariffs. We don't charge them tariffs. They don't charge us tariffs. Like,
nice.
everything's good. So you just don't know. So it makes it where you are kind of stuck. To my understanding, with, like, Korea and these other places, some of the other places, like, we'll use Korea for an example. Korea is like, because he went back and changed every other place other than China to a flat 10% while they're negotiating or whatever. But he put in, like, for the next 3 months it's 10%.
Mhm.
So that is actually an increase on Korea. Like,
Correct.
it's not obviously much. Like, we can eat that, but it's still an increase from where it was before. So with, like, Korean, like, right now, I don't see anything changing as far as that goes. But we are currently moving our amplifiers to being, like, even all the China amps that they were, like, we're moving them to be made in at the Korea factory. So that was already being put in place, like, when I visited, when I can't remember when that was, a month and a half, 2 months ago, whenever that was. So I'd already made the decision to move it to there, because like, just trying to keep it all in one build house, and, like, with the talks of the tariffs and everything, like, trying to do that. But obviously we also had runs already being, like, in production in China. So it's not something that can happen overnight. Like, these things take a lot of time, and that's something that I see a lot of people not understanding, like, on social media. Like, everybody thinks they're like, oh, just make it in the U.S. And I'm like, bro, you act like I can just snap my fingers and it instantly start making stuff in the U.S. Like,
Why did we think of that?
yeah, right.
No kidding.
But that was, like, the comment that I just keep seeing over and over, and, like, they're like, I won't buy any more Chinese stuff, or, like, I'm like, bro, you're typing on your phone that's from China. Like, well, like, it's diabolical. Like, how the hypocrisy is just, like, out of this world. But anyway, so that's kind of, like, where we're at. Like, we did get we're waiting. We still haven't gotten our invoices for the stuff that has come in. We got one for, what was it? I think it was the deadener that we got in.
I think that's what you told me. Yes.
Say again.
It was the Deadner. I think that's what you told me.
Yeah, and that is that's been increased. That one. So, to my understanding, it's going off the departure date, not the arrival date. But until it's billed from customs, they can't. Like that's just the best guess. So the government can change their mind at any time, and it's just whatever they say, basically. So.
Sounds like you're in a limbo state right now.
Yeah, pretty much. So until they charge the broker or our transport company that we use, until they send it to them and they forward it like put their fees on there and all that stuff, and send it to us, then we're just kind of waiting. But I do know the Deadner was 47.5% on just the tariff percentage for that one. So that's that one. But the other ones like the subs, what else do we get in? I can't keep up with all that stuff, but I try to post it. But I mean, I'm out of town sometimes, and I miss some containers coming in. So anyway, so that one I have seen, but the other ones we're kind of waiting on. So that's kind of how we're navigating it and playing the waiting game.
Just have everything made in the U.S. What are you waiting for?
Yeah, dude. I don't mean to be the Captain Obvious here, but just have it made in the U.S. Okay, problem solved.
Right.
You can find some cheap labor here. You'll be all right.
It's so easy to do.
It's
with
very
all the
easy.
SKUs, the products that you have, because you have a ton of products. Are you still in the same warehouse that you were in 2-3 years ago? You moved recently.
About 3 years ago, we moved into our current warehouse. So 2 years, 3 years, it could have been either one of them.
The reason I'm asking is because you may remember, you may not. I visited you when I was on TDY in the military, and you gave me a quick tour of the warehouse. And back then, I couldn't imagine you being able to fit anything else in there because you were already you're outgrowing it back then. So to know you got so many products now, I'm just like, where is it?
I'm going to interrupt right here. When I walked in back in, when did I go out there? I don't remember. SEMA, whenever SEMA was. It was the first time I ever got to be inside of that warehouse. My jaw hit the freaking ground when we walked out of that warehouse. I mean, so when you walk out into my warehouse, because again, small time here. I got 3 levels of racking, right? And to me, I'm thinking, man, I need a little forklift. This would be so much nicer. You go out there and it's 6 or 7 rungs high. And you're just looking up holy shit. There's this inventory for miles. It's nuts, guys. It's hard to fathom it.
Oh, did you go with Steve Mead? That was when Mead was. Oh yeah, he was the same way basically. He's like, "What the is this?"
Dude,
I gotta hit the generic. Must be nice.
Dude, it must be nice.
Tell him, say it. It is.
It is.
Terrible.
It is nice.
Dude, it's wild.
So we're trying to right now, I'm trying to I try to be as transparent as possible with stuff, and I know that pisses a lot of people off. And
how dare you?
Being honest,
right?
Come on.
But sharing the what we're waiting on and what's going on and all that stuff. But luckily, I've always said this that stocking when I got into the game of selling car audio, one of the biggest things that helped me was having stuff in stock. So I'm I've always tried to stock heavy and order heavy. And so in times like this, it can help for a little bit, but you can only hold on for so long because if you keep selling at the same price, and eventually you're going to run out of, or you're going to see where you're okay, you're hitting your critically low stock levels and you need to reorder. But if you reorder and they still haven't negotiated a new tariff,
or it could be the 200% tariff.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. You just you're just kind of waiting and getting strung along and doing the best that you can. But if you keep going and then nothing changes for months or 3 months or 6 months or whatever, you have to start ordering stuff. People will say yes, I will still order from you. But when you tell them like a JP 234 now costs $900 instead of 300, they're gonna change their mind really fast. So and they don't think it's going to be that drastic, and it could be like that could be an inflated number. I'm just saying like
We don't know.
it can, yeah, you just don't know. At that time, he could be like, "Oh, it's 600% tariff or 1,000 or whatever." You just like,
Yep.
and I've also read some stuff that like on the China side, like they've like signed documents and did stuff before, and then they just go and just don't do it because who's going to hold them accountable? Like, so I mean, that could go either way, but uh, I don't know. So that's kind of the best I have right now on like trying to navigate that, is trying to be as fair as possible with what we do currently have. But I know like one day, of course, we're going to have to reorder stuff, and who knows if we, like I said, we started like doing some amp runs in Korea, like the smaller amps or whatever. So they're obviously going to be more expensive, but it's not going to be China expensive, like with the new tariffs, obviously. Um, but we start doing that to like kind of get stuff like rolling on more amps being made over there. But who
Why don't you just have
knows
your
if
amps made in the U.S., man? Wait.
Yeah, I still think we need to dial in on this one. Just stop.
I mean, I don't get it. I mean, like that, like the one dude in the comment said, True makes their amps in the U.S. I mean, he only makes like $200 a year. Come on, and they're $3,000.
Hey, fun fact: Liberty Bass, being a distributor for Down for Sound, has sold 580 Down for Sound amps this year alone. So I
wow,
mean,
that's amazing, man.
it's kind of crazy to think about. So yeah, 200
Proud of you.
versus almost 600. It's
If nobody said they're proud of you today, Jonathan Price is.
Yeah, see, that's something.
Someone tell me no one cares, bro.
No one cares, man. Stop flaunting. So listen, I wanted to do this podcast because I really want to help educate the consumers. You know, we've got 55 people watching us right now. We really appreciate you guys. Hit that share button. Somebody might be interested in this information. So guys, I want to get everybody's opinion on this one real quick. I've seen a lot of companies on the internet talk about how they are not going to increase their prices. They're going to fight these tariffs and blah, blah, blah. And it's gotten under my skin, okay, for two reasons, okay? I love the energy. Yeah, for the people, I get it. But it's not a reality. It's not based in reality. At some point, just like Jonathan said earlier, you're going to have to put a restock order in. And
I got one thing really quick on that. When you only order stuff once a year, you can say that, especially if you just got your last order in before they came in. You can say stuff like that because you don't run through inventory that fast. So there's that.
Yeah, I don't think most people online they can't comprehend how much product Down for Sound moves. And, bass
Dude, I can't even comprehend it. So I mean, we're definitely not like big dog level by any means. Like on like Kicker, like they're 100 times our size. But I'm just saying, like when you're in the bass head very little bass head bubble, that like
1/10 of 1%.
Yeah, this very small thing, like it's what we do. Even I can't believe it sometimes. Like I go through and like look through the orders in a day. I think I've sent you videos of it or whatever, but it's just like the sheer amount of Down for Sound amps, and now it's like other products, but it's at least 100. I would say on slow days, like 100 plus amps a day, and then like during like okay season, 250 plus amps a day.
Sheesh.
That's diabolical, dude.
That's insane numbers.
That is nuts. Goodness.
And I mean, we're being compared to people are trying to compare other companies to us that are moving a couple of amps a day or a few or one a week or something like that. I'm like, bro,
a couple cool, man. That's awesome.
Not trying to stir the shit pot, but I have a perspective on this too. If you don't have employees that you're responsible for their life, like their livelihood, you may have a different take on it. So those people that are saying like, "Oh, I'm not going to increase my prices," it's likely because they don't have employees that they got to make sure they're putting money in their hands every week.
But there's several. Yeah, you are right. There's several different things such as that, like overhead. Like they have $1,000 a month warehouse or building. Mine's $30,000 a month. They have, like you said, no payroll for anybody else, or maybe a couple people helping here and there, like $1,000 a week. Like we're say at $50,000 a week or something. I don't know. Like it's just totally different. Like things to look at, like the size of stuff. And yeah, I saw like a little, I mean, I get shade all the time or whatever, but I saw like somebody saying like, we're not going to raise our prices. Don't fall for the scare tactics of this other company saying like he's going to be raising his prices, like blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I get you, bro. Like when you aren't moving anything, like when you don't sell stuff that fast, like you can say you're not going to sell stuff, because if you bought a year's worth of inventory and you just got yours in, of course you don't have to raise your prices. But if somebody's turning their stuff over every 2 months, like do the math.
Well, and I think the other thing that people aren't acknowledging is there are other companies already that are very dependent on China who get, maybe their subwoofers solely manufactured there. I'm going to go more off subwoofers. There's a lot of saturation in our industry for subwoofers right now that I think, and a lot of those companies have already raised their prices, but I don't see anybody talking about that. That's what's weird to me. I see it really, congregating on the maybe 2 or 3 companies like, oh, I can't believe they're doing this, but in reality, it's hitting it's a very real thing. But for any company who is saying that they're not going to increase their prices anytime soon, at some point, as long as these tariffs continue to go on the way they are, it's inevitable. Unless they find some third world country that doesn't have a tariff on them right now that magically has manufacturing.
There's just like the last situation. If you just look at the math, that tells you everything. No matter what's coming out of their mouth, the math is either, if they're not raising prices, they're either not ordering product. They're making so much profit for so long that they could just not make profit, which they're not, or they're going to go out of business. That's the only options. That's it.
I mean, the statement sounds good out loud, but doesn't look good on paper. It doesn't look good on paper.
Like saying those tests were manipulated. It sounds good, but the math proves that it's fucking dumb.
So I'm not trying to get political, but just say this is very comparable to minimum wage going up. So many people are like, minimum wage needs to go up. Well, it sounds good. Yeah, it sounds great.
Now pull it off.
For one, when I was a teenager, I worked fast food. I had to go change the menus to update the prices when minimum wage went up. So yeah, you're making more per hour, but now the cost of something like fast food has already went up. So the cost of living, you know what I mean? It all goes up together. You're not really earning anything at the end of the day. And some people share that sentiment of minimum wage needs to go up.
That's wild. It's insane, dude. Yeah, I really want to pay more for milk, bread, etc. Let's raise it. On top of
tariffs, about to make you pay more for everything.
It's it's a really sticky situation. All like overall, like it's, I don't know, it's messy for sure. So I mean, the best you can do is just try to navigate it.
And people just say, make it in the U.S.
Jace,
they've never tried to have anything made in the U.S.
Hey, I got oh man, I don't know. So say it's me. I'm the one knocking on the table. Why y'all barking? But anyway, it was probably like them saying, like, don't say what you was about to say, bro. It's not, you don't need to. So anyway.
Okay. Look,
you're on your phone. I was like, message the chat, see if it's worth saying.
Yeah.
You're on your phone.
Yeah, the private chat. Yeah.
Rob, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, Jace, I've heard you say so many times when you're getting ready to place a big order, right? I've heard you've messaged me and told me, you're nervous. You never place an order this big. You're kind of nervous. You're kind of worried, but it always seems to work out for you. And I'm just curious for you, JP, since you've grown to the size of a business that you have, is it still that way for you when you place these large orders from overseas? Are you still really nervous? Like, is this gonna sell? Like, you're taking a risk every time, but does it make you just as nervous as it did when you were living with your parents with the shed in the backyard?
That's cool you bring that up. Yeah, like I always tell Jace, like when he's the thing, like, so I told Jace this, like, I'm like, anything that I tell you is going to sound salesy. Like, it's gonna sound like I'm just trying to sell you stuff, like that, like you need to buy more, blah blah blah. But I'm probably the I mean, I can be the best salesman, no doubt, but like when it comes to people like say becoming a dealer or a distributor or whatever, I'm like, I'm going to tell you we have stuff and like what we have and it's obviously for sale if you want to do your thing. But like when I saw Jason, I met him for the first time and like I'm like he's a really cool kid and he like has his head on right and like I can see him like going places and everything and I'm like he just kind of like I see a lot of me when I was younger in him and I'm like man he can really take this somewhere and I'm like I know because I lived it like I did the same thing and so I know the blueprint of what to do and how to do it and how to go about doing it and what it's already turned into in this first say 10 years or whatever. So anyway, I told him that you're gonna like so I'm like you like I think you need to buy more you like you're going through the stuff you're drop shipping a lot so when you're drop shipping a lot that's like a clear indicator that you need to like order more and have it in stock because you having stuff in stock is always better than like depending on somebody else to drop ship but yes we try to keep a lot in stock but we can run out too and then you get stuck in a out of stock situation and like it's never a good thing for the customer. So I'm like, that's gonna sound salesy, right? The second thing is, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that even though like I moved away from a kind of a greedy standpoint or a start point on like when I first started Down for Sound, I'm like, I'm just gonna do this myself. I'm not gonna hire anybody. I'm gonna make $1 million and I'm gonna retire, blah blah blah. Like then I'll be done. But then I quickly realized like you can't do that, and it's not something that's fulfilling. So that's when I started hiring people and scaling the business, and it's like turned into something way greater. But in doing that, like so what I told him was like, if you don't want to order anything, cool. People will buy it from me directly, and I'll make more money off of it. So, and that's just the fact of like what I'm telling him and the other dealers and distributors. I'm like, I'd love for you to place an order. I'd love for you to stock this stuff, and like you set up your own customer bases. You're like you move the product and everything like that. I'd love for you to do that, but I'm not going to pressure you into doing it because even though like I have made leaps and bounds on like being more giving and everything like that, there's still a little bitty dude over here on my shoulder. Like, man, just don't pressure them into buying it. Just sell it to them. Just let the customer buy it from you, man. Don't pressure them. Like, so anyway, so in saying that, like, I get where he's coming from. It like when I remember placing this YouTube video. If you go back on my YouTube videos, and I think if you type in crescendo storage shed or crescendo storage unit or like stocking order crescendo, it'll pull up one of my first YouTube videos when I got my first stocking order in from Crescendo. Dude, I was scared shitless, and it like I think it cost me I don't know, $5,000 or something like that, but that was all I had. So I was terrified. I'm like, what if I can't sell it and everything like that? So that video, I sometimes go back and watch it probably once a year or something, just to watch like little JP, like when he was getting started in the little storage shed and everything. But so I get where Jason's coming from, like on being scared because I went through all those different phases. So now, do I get scared? Sometimes, but not so much because we've kind of gotten to a point of where like we're placing these orders. It would take like the business like reaching like an exponentially larger level like very quickly for me to be like, oh crap, like this is wild. Like I need to take a second guess or second thought on this.
I ain't taking Xanax.
Yeah, right. But it would take. I mean, because for instance, like Jace placing $100,000 order, like it was terrifying, I'm sure. And then, but so that was like I went through that same spot doing that, and then going to like a $250,000 order, $500,000 order. But now like we're sending like we're placing $1 million orders like not all the time, but it's not really anything like that we haven't done before. So it would take something like I don't know, like, oh, we just placed a $10 million amp order. Like that would be like, I'd be like, oh, let me got the googly eyes on now. Like
it was the deck that he wrote whenever I sold out. That
Right.
one's scared.
So
cool
yeah,
to see how
that
your
would
perspective
that would
has
make
changed.
me like have to take a couple deep breaths and like, am I doing the right thing? Are you sure this blueprint is still working right?
Dude, I remember. So Mallory, Liberty Base has had really good growth since
You got
September of
down for
last
sound?
year.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, if I were to track it, the day we picked up down for sound, the business was like here, and it just went beep, 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 like up to here. But it was funny because Mallory's kind of like my impromptu financial advisor. She does the books for me, okay?
Yeah.
And I think it was first part of this year. She looks at me and she like her eyes are just wide open. I mean, just like beady eyed, and she goes, Jace, your credit card has $30,000 on it. And I started flipping out. Like I was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "There's no way!" Like I literally had a panic attack in my room because it's where my office is. I'm in my bedroom here. I had a panic attack, and I went to my bank account, and it was like, "Oh, I can pay this." It was just
That's awesome.
it wasn't bad debt. It was we were putting orders in and stuff like that. We'd had really good sales for those 2 weeks, and it was just a reality. And now we do that every week. It feels like, and just like Jonathan said, you do really kind of get to this. It's become a norm, like the norm of society. I heard that in my criminal justice class, but it's like a norm of behavior. You see it, but doing $10 million, yeah, that's gonna make you,
Sweat a little.
just a little bit. It's gonna make you want to sit there and go, "What am I doing here?"
Yeah. I just like I've said, like, I mean, I post all this stuff on my Facebook like multiple times, but like I went back to zero like over and over and over, like in my business. Like, I mean, going back to zero is in like putting everything in, like, and I just showed Drew and them, like, we have a business chat, and like I have like I've put all the money, like how down for sound I am and how much I believe in it personally, like all the money that I've been paid from down for sound over the years, like I've put like not all of it, like some of it goes into investments obviously and stuff like that, but the money that I would have, say, in my personal account, like, which is over like $1 million, like I put it all back into like, I actually asked my accountant the other day, like, I'm like, how much have I like personally put back into down for sound? She's like 1.2 whatever, like $1 million. And in my personal account, like I have less than $10,000. Like, I know that's a lot to some people, but if you think about it, like that percentage of like over $1 million is like less than 1%. So like I have everything put into down for sound still. Like I'm still going all the way back to zero. And even like when I put it into the down for sound account, sometimes the down for sound account will go down to a few $1,000s. I think I posted last year or the year before, like where I had like less than $1,000 in the down for sound operating account, and my accountant's messaging me. She's like, "What are you doing? What's happening? Like what? Like we got payroll tomorrow and this and that. You're gonna overdraft." And I'm like, "Hey, if it happens, it happens. Like
It is
like
what it
it's part
is.
of." She's like, "This isn't safe. Like you're like that's not like you." I'm like, "I've went back to zero so many." Yeah, but not that zero. Like your operating expenses are way more than what they used to be. Blah blah blah. Like, hey, if it like it funny. I mean, not funny, but like. I don't know if this is a proud moment or not, or if it should be, but she was right. And like the day that I decided to do that, like I paid, like I put all these stocking orders in and stuff like that, and it took all the money out of the Down for Sound account. I mean, I was quote unquote broke on like in my accounts, and payroll was the next day, and I defaulted on payroll because like I had put everything back into the
Bruh.
company. So she's like, you're like, what is it, QuickBooks or whatever that does the direct deposit stuff. She's like, it's bouncing, like it's not working, like. And then of course my employees are like, hey, we didn't get paid, and like I'm like, don't worry, it's coming. And
Don't
like,
rush to Facebook.
Everything's on fire
I've
around
been
them.
working here for 4 years, and I've always been paid on time. And I'm like, it'll probably never happen again, but like this will be good because if you end up leaving, you can talk shit about me and say he didn't pay me that one time for 2 days. Like it took 2 days for him to get my paycheck.
Damn, dude.
This guy's fake, dude. He's out there flying around. He can't even pay us, dude. What the hell?
So
Right?
I'm
Yeah.
really curious because you sound super enthusiastic when you're sitting here talking about the business side of it. When you started this, you started it, I imagine, because of the hobby side of it. You enjoyed the hobby part. Which would you say is more enjoyable for you now, growing the business or the hobby itself?
That's a good one. I'd probably say growing the business now, because I mean, as you know, and I know, like I bring like some of it on myself, but like the the hobby of it can be so so full of division and like politics. Like it's
Toxic is
gotten
the word I would use. Toxic.
yeah, yeah, that's a good word. Toxic that like it it can get annoying, and I'm like, I would rather put like I've always wanted to put like this energy, and like I tell other people doing like, man, all that energy that you spend talking trash about me, man, put it into yourself, man. Like go start a
Like, go sell
business,
some.
like go to work, get some sort of reward of payment from it, because like you're talking all this like you're so full of hate and energy for like hating me. How much is that paying you? I don't think that much. Like so I'm like the only person that's making
Actually,
money.
let me
$13 an
chime in
hour.
here. Let me chime in on this one. Actually, Facebook actually has a
It
payment.
does every now and
Hey,
then. I do be getting paid.
listen, if you can get enough likes, comments, and shares on a shit post, it pays you. So it does pay to shit talk sometimes, man.
Oh, okay.
Don't get it twisted, man.
Okay, let's say since we're bringing up the how much is getting paid, who like which one's getting paid more, them or me? I'd be willing to bet me.
I think it's a safe bet. If I was a bet man, I'd probably make that bet.
And I'm not, and of course I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, but I'm like they spend so much time and effort like on like say trash talking me or anybody, and I'm like in comparison, it's getting us more publicity, like whatever. But they spend all this time, and they're probably doing it on the clock at their regular job or wherever they're working at. So at best, they're still making the same thing they would have, like wherever they're working. But as far as making a ton extra money, like tens of thousands of dollars because they're talking trash, I don't see that happening.
Hey, $1 is $1, player. That's the hustle.
Jace, you know how you said when you go to a show with the Patriot, you don't feel like you can get away from the bill?
Dude,
like
you're
there, right?
Oh,
I imagine that's got to be how it is for you too, JP. When you go to a show, you're kind of stuck to it's hard for you to get out to go around and do stuff, I imagine.
Well, he will leave that truck in a moment.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, I want to share a story about that. This was so back in my younger days, when I started in karate before I had the business and everything else like that. I used to hear about all the shenanigans, that Jonathan was, plaguing our industry the whole 9 yards. You see it on Facebook every day. I had an eye-opening moment, and it was at sundown 2 years ago, and it was right when my social media account started popping off. I had a line of people there. I was getting bombarded, and it was the first time I really felt overwhelmed. I was like, holy crap, I can't give every person my attention. And it was funny because Bruce, EXO, walked up and actually popped his head in the build and had like a 15-minute conversation with me. Because I was like looking through the build, I was kind of stalling. I just needed like 5 minutes to myself. So I was like acting like I was checking the build out and stuff like that. Yeah. And he came over and he asked me, he was like, you good, man? And I was like, dude, I'm not going to lie, man. I'm overwhelmed. And he was like, dude, it's happened to every one of us. He said we had a soft following. The next thing you know, it's like it can become overwhelming and stuff. And I kid you not, I left that moment and I thought to myself, man, I hear a lot of people say crap about Jonathan and those guys, and they don't give people the time of day and stuff like that at these shows and blah blah blah. And I just thought I could only imagine if I had 10x the following that I do now, which is what they had at the time. And I could only imagine what they're dealing with, and running a business and doing other things. It's just a perspective thing. I truly believe that when you put yourself in similar situations and can actually relate to them, it's like, wow, that's an eye-opening moment. And
Bailey, no.
so that was my point.
It is definitely an eye-opening thing. And hold on 1 second. Let me put my dogs up. They're acting crazy.
Aw, snap.
Let the dogs out.
Hey,
Jake, I know how you fix that problem of feeling overwhelmed from so many people because your following is so large. If your following is mostly Venezuelans, they'll never bother you in person.
Hey, you're on to something.
Hey, wait a second. You sounded way too confident saying that. Do you have something to tell us, Rob?
My 1.4 thousand followers. I promise you, there may be maybe 10 Venezuelans.
I don't know, man.
Only 10?
Hey, I'm just saying though, Blaine's target market is way different than all of ours. Ain't that right, Blaine?
Listen, I only need 53 more subscribers for 1K.
Hey, I got you. I'll go.
See if Homeboy can throw me a bone or something.
Hey, I can go put in the order right now. I think it's like 1 cent per subscriber. I think.
Whatever, man. Sign me up.
I got you, Blaine.
Guys, we need to get some of these.
That,
go ahead.
You're talking about ESO talking to you and everything. Steve Meade for a long time had a really bad rep for being mean to people. And for he was kind of mean to me at one point. I was like, man, why are you acting like this? And until you get told by 100 people in one day how you're doing something wrong, he was like, man, it's not that one person. It's 100 people back to back to back telling you whatever. You'll say I post a video installing something or whatever,
comparing something maybe.
By the time you get to the 30th person, you're like, okay, I got it. Or then you get to 100, and you flash out. Now, number 100 doesn't feel like they did anything wrong, but constantly, and of course, we bring it on ourselves, of course, to an extent.
There's a juicy comment, and I hope don't hold it against me for reading it out and seeing if you want to answer it. But this guy's been pinging it. He said, I've been away for a while and just got back into audio. All I've been hearing about is JP stole LF audio bass knobs with a patent or something. Can y'all clarify what is going on?
Thanks, Rob.
That was weeks ago.
Before,
I have not seen any of this online in weeks.
Before we move any further with that one, let's just take a broader look at the audio industry and tell me if you see similarities in anything in audio. Like, can you say that brand has something similar to that brand offers?
Well, Tyler builds bass knobs.
Oh, Tyler, do tell.
He's probably seen some similarities with some bass knobs that he's built.
Look, man, you open them things up, a lot of them are the same inside, is all I'm going to say.
So you're telling me you're telling me you copied someone, Tyler, when you built your bass knobs?
There's only so many ways you can build them things, dude. It's a potentiometer in a plastic case.
It doesn't get any more simpler than that.
Exactly.
Internet has been blown away. That's it.
But wait a minute, Tyler.
I don't know where it is, but
you built
y'all need to copy the potentiometer out of the Warhorse knob. That thing is amazing.
Say what?
You built rectangle bass knobs?
Yeah, unreal, dude.
Jonathan,
dimensions.
Jonathan, did you build reticular bass knobs?
Reticular.
Shut up, guys. I have braces. I've got braces. Damn it, leave me alone.
So, you'll see this. You'll probably notice it a lot now that I'm bringing it to your attention, or maybe you already have. But everything's okay until this guy does it.
That's true.
Then it's not okay.
We've actually joked about that. We've actually had little comments in our group chat about that exact thing. Because I can find the hypocrisy in one thing where other people are doing something. Like, for instance, you post those videos of you giving money around Christmas time to people and businesses. Now, me personally, and I'm not saying this just struck your ego, I enjoy watching it, whether it's you or someone on YouTube doing it, because at the end of the day, the person that's receiving it is still receiving something. Whether you got likes and comments off of it or not, the person is still receiving a gift that does them good, right?
Right.
I see people talk trash on that, and then those same people will be on Facebook highlighting that they're giving something away.
Yeah.
Dude, it's nuts.
Reaper, you did not get a patent on bass knobs. Whoever told you that lied to you. Sorry.
Yeah. So, I don't mind telling the story or whatever. So, we had already had. I mean, obviously, we have bass knobs because we have them with our amplifiers. We already have been making bass knobs. Does the size and shape of them change? Sure, but we were already prototyping bass knobs, and we had the cylinder style that we were getting made from what was that company? They almost scammed me, actually. The last order that I placed with them for
I got you. Give me 1 second. No, it was hold on, I know the company. Shit, what were they called?
Yeah, I placed a $25,000 order for bass knobs.
Damn it! I had a koozie from them.
They're up in New Hampshire. They were up in New Hampshire.
New NEP.
NEP audio. Yes.
So many it could have been.
Yeah, right. So anyway, like I was getting them made for them for a while, and then so we had bass knobs, and then we had the subwoofer bass knobs, like the 3D printed ones, and then so I'm like, okay, well, let me start making like rectangle ones, like since we're offering everything anyway. I mean, we have over 700 SKUs of products, so the only thing that you can start doing is start getting into the details of offering kind of every other little thing, from fuses, fuse holders, ring terminals, bass knobs in 20 different colors and styles or whatever it might be. So anyway, I was already coming out with rectangle ones and like stuff like that. So what's his name? Langley. He messaged me. He's like, hey, do you want to do some bass knobs or whatever? Like I'll white label them for you or whatever. And I'm like, well, I already have some being made like overseas, and like we'll have them soon. So like it's probably not going to work out. But if you can get close, like or like somewhere where I can still like make a decent amount of money, then like no problem. I'll buy from somebody in the U.S. He's like, all right, I'll send you some out. And I'm like, okay. So he sends them out, and like I look at them like, okay, yeah, they look cool. Like what's the pricing or whatever? And he tells me, I'm like, I can't sell that like and have like a dealer and distributor network under that. Like that's like, no, I can't do that. And he's like, well, that's kind of is what it is, because like that's what all the other guys get it for. I'm like, okay, well, respectfully, I decline, and I'm gonna give these away. So I gave them away on my Facebook. I didn't sell them, and I didn't send them to China and have them copied or anything like that. I was already having, like I told him before he even sent them to me, I'm like, hey, I already have some being made. So anyway, we know that he just like made the poster, did all that to try to get publicity off of it so he could
really
sell some.
Like,
but anyway, so that's the rest of the story, if you will.
I just heard something important that he just said there without even realizing it. He basically just said that in order to be able to make money, there's got to be some meat on the bone still.
Damn,
you got to have
that's how
something
you run
right.
a business.
You can't race to zero. You can't. There's got to be a margin worthwhile.
100%. And I tell people that too. I'm like, it comes up all the time. Like, oh, such and such is cheaper than you. Great. That's awesome. You want road gear, you want pyramid, whatever you want that's cheaper than Down for Sound. By all means, go get it. Like I never said or started out Down for Sound to be the cheapest person out there, and I never will be. So if that's your prerogative and that's your idea of what you purchase on it is simply being the cheapest, by all means, please go do it.
I mean, and your margins aren't even like they're good, but they're not like big company like Kicker, JL, those guys.
Right. Yeah, they can't be like, because I'm not their size. Like they order millions of a sub, like I ordered thousands. So
it's different. It's a little bit. You know, the funny thing that you brought up is the race to zero and selling yourself short or anything like that. I used to get really upset when I saw people, selling things for stupid cheap and things like that. I've gotten to the point now where, from a business side of things, you won't be around in 5 years by undercutting yourself that much, because you can't grow. You cannot expand your business. So why undercut yourself? I understand the idea of, you're getting new customers and stuff. You're building the loyalty. What you're doing is you're growing a group of people around you that is, how do I say this, expecting those same deals every single time you come back. So good luck. All the power to you, man.
And the one time you don't give it,
you're a piece of shit, dude.
Yeah. Yep.
Dude,
I had a dude a couple weeks ago message me for a design. He's like, he told me what he wanted, blah blah. He's like, I get it for free, huh? Like, no, man. This is my third one. You should give it to me for free. And he was dead ass serious.
I thought we was boys.
My cousin can do it cheaper though.
Bro, I charge my boys the most.
That's where
they can charge more than anybody. But he was like, I'm gonna blast you. I'm gonna tell everybody who you are. I was like, what?
Thanks.
You know how many people I have stopped in front of my house because I'm always outside working on the builds? I have people stop all the time, like, hey, you do the music stuff, right? You think you could? And I try to tell them every time, like, respectfully, this is a hobby. I'm not even that great at this stuff, but you wouldn't be willing to pay what I would charge you. I just know you would feel disrespected if I gave you a number because my time.
Rob's the kind of guy that walks up to somebody and be like, "You can't afford me."
No, it's not an ego thing. It's just my time is worth more to me than the money they're willing to pay me to do that stuff. Like I'd rather use my time for my hobby than to make the few dollars they're going to give me.
So here's a funny one.
That Reaper dude, he's right. People
I'm
want
about to say.
they don't want to pay the price.
Yeah, they don't want to pay the piper. They don't want to do it. So, Jonathan, I don't know if you've noticed this or not. We've been keeping the sub combo secret in the Patriot now for some time now. We're letting the internet's imagination run wild. Yeah, Blaine's down there whispering right now. He's saying, "Don't kiss and tell." Okay. What has been funny to me though is all of the people thinking that we're running, X, Y, or Z brand, and the Down for Sound brand has come up quite a bit. And again, we're in the 1/10 of 1%. There's a lot of opinions in this industry. And the ones that have been saying, oh man, this got DVX subs in there. I can tell by the sound, blah, 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 blah. It's not going to perform the same, I posted that video of, the Wendy that it was doing, and I didn't see one negative comment in there about what sub we were potentially running. I don't know if you got to see that or not, but I thought it was
Didn't you say you would run the Down for Sound subs if JP would give them to you though?
Yeah, dude, it's got to be a full-blown sponsorship.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then he'd blow them all up and give me a 1-star review.
Yeah, I actually blew him up in a day because I was, putting 8,000 plus watts to him, and I wanted to claim a warranty on him. Actually, not my fault.
No, I haven't seen that though.
Dude, if you get a chance, it's a good chuckle. A lot of people have been speculating on what subs we're running. Stuart is very adamant that he's going to see the TCX 2700 watt subs in there.
Stuart's legend.
Stuart's a legend.
I think you're running kicker.
Here it is.
Dude, actually,
I would run Funky Pups.
Those Sparkomatics. Tyler, this is what you need to copy. Copy this one. I found it.
Yep.
Hold on, wait a minute. How did Drew get a hold of that? Did you copy somebody, Drew?
No,
I actually copied it so good I took it out of the bass knob.
You are dude, this is disgusting, dude.
Hey, look, I had to see what it was because it's just so good.
So good playing with that knob, huh?
Hey, someone's got to do it, man.
Speaking of the funny thing that, well, I mean, it was all funny with the bass knob thing, but the thing that was taking so long, and I don't know why, but when you're doing something like with a vendor or whatever that you've never or factory that you've never done before, so I requested because we had the bass knobs before, and they're all the typical ones are freewheeling, like they don't have any clicks or whatever in them. And I'm like, I want the new ones to have clicks in them because people set them down and they start turning themselves up. So anyway, it took forever to get a clickable bass or a potentiometer. I'm like, bro. So, Quality. But anyway, that's what took so long, and that's the difference between. I don't think any of theirs are clickable. Most of them are just regular turn.
What was the one that you got that you sent to China? Was that one had clicks in it or no clicks? Oh, okay, just making sure. I just covered over bases here. Oh, okay, good. Just making sure.
I found the proof I'm a sellout.
And then somebody said they were like, wait, I have a LAF bass knob and I have the Down for Sound one, and they're like, the Down for Sound one's smaller, it's not similar in any way, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, but then everybody magically doesn't have anything to say about it then.
Dude, I begun to notice there's a lot of hypocrisy in this industry,
No way.
A lot?
A lot.
Way.
When the bass knob stuff happened, God. See, if I was about that drama, I would tell you who called me that morning. Golly.
Does it rhyme with gangly?
It might. And just it's just sales. It's just to get sales. When am I going to make equipment? I'm not. I'm exerting my influence on Down for Sound from over here.
See, Drew won't say it out loud, but the internet will, okay? He sold out long ago, so he's done. He's not going to be
I did too.
Numbers stopped making sense, and he just sold out.
Got that 1099 right here.
Well, listen, guys, I appreciate you guys hopping on the live stream. We appreciate you guys. I hope that everybody from the live stream was able to take something away from this. How to navigate audio. My best piece of advice right now is if you're in the mood to do a crazy build or anything like that, I would recommend buying now before it gets too late. Again, we
I
could
bet
be
you
wrong.
would.
Well, hey, listen, okay. Caden,
Yeah, buy
Rob,
from
you
Down
guys,
for Sound and save a lot. Wait, I mean, buy from Liberty.
Blaine,
Hey.
plug it real quick. Hurry up.
Actually, no, can you say subscribe to Mini Trucker 88?
Hey, before we go, Jace,
Subscribe to
we got
Mini
somebody
Trucker 88.
Yay!
I'll send you the bill later.
Question about it.
Hey, consider it done.
Go ahead, Rob. What were you saying?
I was just saying we got a
Mark.
guy in the comments before we leave. He said he got a quick question. I'm thinking about switching to a newer amp. What amp will compare to my Crescendo BC 8K? There's a lot of amps that I think will compare to it.
Sound 63.
And I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, you got to get this big amp. You could do something like a JP 7300, and it's going to probably outperform that BC 8K.
Yep. And you're not going to spend an arm and a leg doing it. And you get 7 to 8 different color combinations.
Yep.
I'm just
I
saying.
feel like I'm hearing myself like talking, but I'm not saying anything.
We call that a no-brainer.
Good job, Jace. You passed the Down for Sound salesman test.
Boom!
Hey, Jason's got everyone in here except for Blaine actually running JP amps now.
Converted Tyler, converted Kane, converted Rob.
Hey, I really appreciate it. Like for real. This is like I know this is what it takes, and people have a choice to purchase and run any amplifier that they would love to. So for people to believe in the Down for Sound amps and want to run them and showcase them in their builds, obviously I see them everywhere, but every time I see them in a build, like I don't ever take that for granted, and it means a lot to me because this is how I get to like live the life that I do and like to take care of. I mean, even bigger than that is like all my employees that like I'm able to pay every week. I mean, most of the time, there's that one time that I wasn't, but 99.9% of the time I'm able to pay them every week and keep roofs over their heads and their families fed as well as mine. So I really do appreciate everybody, like all of you that run them and everybody else. Every time I see them at shows, I'm like, man, it's such a like humbling experience to walk by somebody's vehicle and see Down for Sound amps and their speakers, or so now like seeing subwoofers in there, I'm getting that same like, man, that's so awesome. Like I'm really grateful for it. So I don't want to keep going on about it, but I really am very grateful, and I would never take any of this for granted.
So now I've got a question. What is the most amount of JP amps in one build? Do you have that answer at the top of your head?
Oh God,
Somebody,
I know where this is going.
I made a post about that the other day. No, I mean, not the other day. It was like some months ago. I think it's like 17 or 18.
All right.
Damn.
All right.
That's a lot of JP.
I want to be
Jason's
the
over here like, damn it.
And who made me the black sheep too of this podcast?
My bad, Blaine.
Well, Blaine, it's time
Blaine,
to either get on the bandwagon or not at all,
Listen,
dog.
there is no bandwagon. I just
Bandwagon.
I'm loyal. I run what I run.
Hey,
You're
Blaine,
either
drink
gonna
the Kool-Aid.
You're either gonna sell out or you're not gonna sell out at all.
Well,
You just gotta choose what you wanna do.
Right.
I sold out. I still don't run them. I don't know what's going on, dude.
Wow.
Dude, listen.
And
got
he's
so-
supposedly been my friend for like 15 years.
So that was actually
He
I
could have
muted the phone a minute ago. That was one of your employees calling. We was chit chatting just now. I'm like, man. I'm like, this
He
is
said
sorry.
JP ain't paid him this week.
That's what he told me. He's like, hey, pay me, bro.
Yeah.
You think you can call him and ask him what's going on?
It'd be like Floyd Mayweather. Oh no, wait, what?
But no, what probably said about feels great to see his equipment out there. Over last weekend, I had I'm gonna say kid. He's an electrician in a plant. He's not a kid, but he said the first demo he ever got was from me in 2017, and I was the reason he had a build. He had two resilient
awesome.
Team 18s and a 6-order wall in like a Corolla.
Wow.
Corolla.
And it was. I was like, damn, dude, this is nasty.
Doing it right.
He had some Down for Sound 8s, literally just cut into the doors. I said,
making it happen.
Yep. But I was like, man, you need a highs amp for this thing at least. So we got him that, but it was just, it's very humbling just to hear, because especially so I was at Import Face Off when that happened. That's one of the first shows a lot of us go to.
It was my first show.
Yeah. It's nice.
It's cool. I'm really excited to be the Patriot there with the new combo and stuff and the things we've announced to it. It's really cool to. I remember going to my first import face-off when I was 16, and I heard my first 160 build, and I was like, dude, I got to do this. Like, this has got to be me one day. And now we're pulling up, and we're like one of the loudest builds there. It's just a really cool thing and people look forward to seeing you. Yeah, it's a full circle moment. It's super awesome.
Have you released what amps you're running yet?
Well, listen, now before we get too froggy, I've got 5-6 pallets showing up tomorrow. And rumor has it that there is like a secondary pallet there that's got some stuff on it. So tomorrow we might have an announcement. I don't know. But it's like red, white, and blue is what I got on my mind right now. It's going to be pretty
Wait,
froggy.
red, white, and blue amps? No way.
Yeah. Yep.
Somebody offers that? That's crazy.
Shameless plug.
I don't know. I don't want to say it out loud yet. I don't want to be that guy, but yeah, there's one company I can think of right off the top of my head.
Man, that's crazy. Well, whoever it is, like they're probably very grateful that you're running their amps in there. They should be.
Well, they sent me some suckers, I heard, and that's their
Sucker.
way. Yeah,
What a
It's a dum-dum.
Yeah,
All right, hold on. That's one that's always drove me crazy. What do you mean he's calling you a dum-dum for buying from him? He offers the cheapest deal.
Dude, hey, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. My daughter, whenever we get stuff in from Down for Sound, like anytime we get a stocking order, there's always some suckers in there somewhere, and she freaks out about it. Like, she's stoked about it. So it's like, yeah, call me what you want, but my daughter's stoked right now.
Yeah, right. Hey, you
my
hey, actually, I'll take you to dinner one night. You and your family, I'll take you to dinner. Like that's so. I mean, I know it's getting a little crazy. I'm not
You
talking
better
about
settle
like
down.
some steakhouse. I'm talking about maybe McDonald's. But I'll take all of you. Like y'all can order whatever you want, and I got you.
What?
You get on that dollar menu. I'll treat you good.
He said he's taking to a McDonald's where the ice cream machine works.
Yeah, where it works. So
Wow.
that in itself,
Crazy.
dollar menu millionaire. We'll just tear the dollar menu up.
You know what?
Anything y'all want, we got you.
You keep selling me on this good night here. I might put another stocking order in, you damn salesman.
Got him.
So, no, seriously, guys, thank you so much. We averaged 60 viewers this live stream. You guys are freaking amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in each and every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Guys, we'll start off with Rob. Rob, where can we find you out on social media, buddy?
Traumatic Sounds on YouTube and just Robert Williams on Facebook.
Hell yeah. Drew, everybody, you're famous as it is already, but go ahead and remind everybody where they can find you at.
You can find me at the Positive Post on Facebook.
The Positive Post.
There we go. I like
Because my wife's quarterly newsletter is all about good feel good things and pets. So
Really? That's fascinating. Okay.
it's a print newsletter. It's not a digital one. You get a printed newsletter mailed to you.
Do you send suckers with those too, or
That's not me. That's all her.
okay?
So I don't know what she does.
I just checking in.
Yep.
Jonathan, I don't think you need to plug it, but plug it anyways. Where can everybody find you at, and where can they buy them Down for Sound amplifiers at?
LibertyBaseShop.com.
Let's go.
That's where you get the Down for Sound equipment from. Do not buy from this guy. The Lifer price on YouTube, social media, Snapchat, JPD4S, but the rest of it's the Lifer price. So, but
Hell yeah.
if you need Down for Sound stuff, hit up Jace. He'll get you taken care
When
of.
is the same day delivery going to become standard? That's what I want to know.
I got to get that jet worked out.
Well, first off, you got to get UPS and every other shipping company to get on the same page.
Hey man,
Yeah, no doubt.
did y'all see the same day delivery we did a couple weeks ago?
No,
No.
True.
we out here flexing on this dude. Tell us.
Yes,
about it.
actually, we did flex on him a little
Oh,
bit.
absolutely.
Yeah. So, obviously, we're in a group chat. Anytime Louisiana makes an order, he'll send like a part of the screenshot just showing what they ordered. And I was like, I have all that. He sent those screenshots. I was like, wait, I have all that. Where is that? So you get the address. I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, that's 9 minutes from my house.
Damn.
Uh,
I looked him up. Like, oh, he's young. I was like, wait a second. I yelled for my kid. I was like, hey, do you know this kid? He's like, yeah, he goes to school with me. I was like, say less. So we went and delivered the amp and the sub right then.
like an hour and a half from him ordering it.
Yep, we pulled up.
at
I was
his
like, hey,
house.
you order some down for sound? He's like, yeah, I got it right here.
Bro, that'd be the greatest ad in the world, dude. That is freaking
Dude, he
amazing.
posted it. It's got a ton of engagement. Dude, that kid's eyes was this big around. He was like,
It was
what?
hilarious.
Dude, could you imagine placing that order and then like an hour later somebody knocks on your door like, "Your Merry Christmas"?
It happened.
That is amazing.
His friend, they were all talking about, we're gonna order down for sound, and I tell you, they have.
That is amazing, dude. But hey, down for sound don't do cool stuff like that.
Speaking of, I need that sub replaced. I don't have one no more.
I know it's not like they use the private jet to deliver people's orders ever. Like that's crazy.
Hey, you know what?
Hey, look, as long as you get a bigger one, dude.
Right. I'm working on
around
it.
in a FedEx jet,
bro. For those who I know, most people don't know. I'm very fortunate to know, but jets are made for little people. 5'10" and under. You get me in there like. Just like walking around like that.
Is there a picture of that? Like, if you like with your head like half cocked?
There's got to be a picture of me suffering in that first jet.
I just want to say, I'll make a Facebook post and be like, "This is how Down for Sound treats their number one supporters." Dude, puts them in a crammed ass jet, dude.
I couldn't sit in a seat for the flight. I had to
explain you around, and you still find something to complain about.
There's a great video of it too. It's a great video of me sitting off the jet, like stretching, like I need a bigger one.
Yeah. Hey, at first I was a little upset about it. I'm like, that's a goal. I'll work on getting a bigger one. Then the next time he got on the plane, he's like, this is nice.
There we go. And I tell you, that time it got me. There's a photo of me mouth open asleep, just out like a light.
Yep.
All right, that picture has to get out to the internet. Okay.
I got to go outside and snatch these JP 23 version 2s out of the build to make room for the 93s this weekend.
Hey,
so I'm not trying to run them, but I'm going to IFO this weekend, like Jay said at the very beginning. But Saturday, me, Jace, Caden, Blaine, we're going to be putting the JP 93s in my wife's build. So I got to go make room for them right now.
In your wife's build?
My wife's build, yeah.
His wife is louder than he is.
He's louder than I am. I don't even have no bass in my truck.
Yeah, my wife is also louder than I am with her Down for Sound DVX and Warhorse.
I will say we have been growing a female audience here recently.
Yes.
And I'm dragging this live stream out. We need to end this thing up. But seriously, we've got a lot of females that are requesting pink amplifiers. Now, I know that it's got to financially make sense. I know the business side of it. But if you get enough interest.
He has pink amps right now. Go buy them.
Are they the ABs?
No, I had them. We don't have them anymore. But I've actually... We'll do it. We'll y'all can hold me to it. We'll do like runs like
even if it's a limited
every
run.
Size of the amps. We'll just start with the smaller ones. And we'll do those in some say limited quantities at first, kind of test the waters. And if they move, I know they're not going to move insane, but if they just move okay every now and then we'll just keep bringing them in. So the girl, I was going to say the girls, but whoever wants pink amps.
Yeah. Whichever demographic chooses to buy the pink, that is their choice. We don't judge here.
Yeah.
But
we listen and we don't judge.
We listen and we don't judge.
Psych, I'm judging.
Yeah, Drew's judging. Just the sound, though, right?
Drew's
y'all way out of phase.
All right, Blaine, where can we find you on social media, buddy? Remind everybody real quick.
Right here, just like Jonathan said. Mini Trucker 88. Blaine Hastings on Facebook.
Make it happen. Kane, where can we find you at, dog?
X Boomin, Kane Petcher on everything.
And our chief media analyst. What do you got here? Where can we find you at, buddy?
Find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube is Basehead Mechanic, and Tyler on Facebook.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Post office
Mechanic.
And listen, guys, don't forget, you can get all of your car audio needs from us at libertybaseshop.com. We're on the East Coast, so if you want to get your shipping times down a little bit, that's the best place to go. Until next week at 7 p.m., guys, we will see you later for episode 69 of Days of Our Audio.
Leave it live for a second. I got a classic video to show everybody.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, Lord.
I almost ran out of here.
We were so close.
Is it car jujitsu?
Nope.
Okay.
Please.
I had a feeling it was going to be me. Maybe
technically, it is you. But I can't. Someone else has to.
I like how our viewer count went up the second I was about to end it. Now we're sitting at 65. I find that very interesting.
I click share the video thing.
What are we? What?
Oh, you want me to
actually,
pull it
video
up? I
file.
got you. Nope, I got you. Hold up.
Oh wow! Look at
That's
that.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh
That's
boy.
double.
Listen to Malton
Gotta
Native.
get the broken side.
Oh, I remember this.
Who's
That was
filming
the
this?
first viral video that I had in my truck. This was before I knew
I'm not
I
a
needed
bitch, but I
to
listen.
shorten my intro songs a lot.
Oh, really?
Plastic banger too.
Money,
Yeah, this is
Put
a
me on the
good. This
map.
is a
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
That is wild.
Oh my gosh.
The person in the video said, "Oh my god."
That is amazing.
That's on the playlist this weekend.
Actually, I agree with that one.
I got you. I'll make USBs for us all.
It's that bass line.
Now
It's
it's
got a
slow mo
solid
in case
baseline
you
in that
missed
song.
it.
That is wild.
Jeez.
And that's the freaking quarter panel. That's
Wait
not
till
even
it.
the
Wait,
door.
look at that.
Oh.
Sheesh.
You dang near see through the back.
Trying
That
to get
is
wild
a-
like that.
Come on,
That
dude. This
is-
was back when the tariffs wasn't affecting Deadner. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
This
I
is back
couldn't
before
afford
Deadner, I
Deadner
think.
back then. I was spending it all on the audios.
Dude, that
This is. I
nuts.
think this was very old. I found it on Tyler Mann's YouTube. He's
Yeah.
unfortunately passed away.
That was
That's
in
why I was going
Freeport.
through his old stuff, and I was like, "But look at this, dude."
That was
That's
in
the same video.
Freeport, right? Louisiana?
I don't know. No.
Yeah, I think it was
Tyler
at
lived in
finals
Kansas
down there.
City.
But anyway, I got to get out of here. I appreciate you guys. We'll see you in the
Yes,
next
sir.
one.
Yep.
All
Peace
right,
out,
guys.
boys.
Thank
All
you
right,
for that.
Later.
All right,
Thank
man. See
you.
y'all.